Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing another Premier League preview video. So last week's games were off due to the passing of the Queen, but this weekend we have got some games on. There are a couple that have been cancelled just because of the lack of police and stuff like that. But yeah, we've got a few games on, so we're going to go through them and have a chat about what I think is going to happen this coming weekend. Let's get into it. Alright then guys, here we go then. We've got the fixtures for game week 8. As we can see here, the ones without times against them, so Brighton, Crystal Palace, what else have we got? We've got Chelsea and Liverpool, and Manchester United and Leeds. Them games are not on, they've been postponed due to the lack of police and things like that available. So yeah, them games aren't on guys, but the other ones all are. We start on Friday night here, we've got two 8 o'clock kickoffs. Let me just get rid of that. Sorry, yeah, we've got two 8 o'clock kickoffs. The first one we've got Aston Villa taking on Southampton at Villa Park. Bit of an interesting game really. I think it's a pretty good one for Gerrard and his team. You know, they're struggling to get anything at the moment. They've been just a one win so far. They've been struggling for results. Coming up against a Southampton team that have had a fairly good start really. You know, as you can see there, 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats. It's not too bad for Southampton if you ask me. This game, I quite fancy Villa, to be fair, at home, Friday night kickoff. I'm sure it'll be a good atmosphere. The likes of Ings and Watkins, they may feature. I think teams can't really rest anyone, because no reason to really, because after this you've got a long international break. So, you know, I think we'll see both sides putting out strong teams. I am going to go with Villa to nick it. I think it'll be close, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 Villa win. I just think they'll have a bit too much for them on the night. The next game, guys, then we've got the City Ground. Forest take on Fulham, both promoted clubs from last season, of course. Fulham been playing really well. Forest struggling a bit, sat in 19th at the moment, just a 1 win so far. That was against West Ham, I believe. But yeah, good little game this. I think it'll be an interesting one. I quite fancy Fulham, if I'm honest. I just don't think that Forest team are quite gelled yet. You know, they made like 20 odd signings, and it's going to be a struggle to get them all gelling and playing well. I think they'll come good over time, but I think they'll slowly struggle for now. I fancy Fulham. I don't think it'll be high scoring. I'm going to go over 1-0 away win for Fulham in this one. Like I said, I think it'll be tight, but I fancy Mitrovic to get a goal and Fulham to sneak a win there. Next game, we know Brighton Palace, that's off due to a rail strike, I believe, around the area. So the next one, we've got the 12:30 kick-off on the Saturday. Wolves take on Manchester City. Wolves have not been great so far themselves this year. They're struggling to get goals really. They're getting a lot of draws. As you can see here, 3 draws. Just a 1 win so far, and that was against Southampton at home. Yeah, I think if you're playing against anyone and you struggle to score goals, Manchester City is not the team you want to do it against, because they're going to get a few, aren't they? So yeah, I think this is going to really be a struggle for Wolves, if I'm honest. I can't see them scoring. I think City's defence is just too good, if I'm honest. And I can see City getting 3. I think it's going to be a 3-0 road win for City. I think Haaland might get 1 or 2, depending on who they play during the week in the Champions League. Will he feature for the full 90? We'll see. But yeah, I think City will get a comfortable win in this one, and I expect them to get a good win against Wolves, if I'm honest. Next up then, we've got a 3 o'clock kick-off on the Saturday. We've got Newcastle hosting Bournemouth at St James's Park. Both sides had a bit of a shaky start to the season. You see, Newcastle have only won the 1. A bit of a shock really. I thought they'd done a lot better than that up to now. But it's a good team to play against, if we're honest. They've still not got a permanent manager in place, Bournemouth. Gary O'Neill's doing quite well so far. Will he get the job permanently? Remains to be seen. Eddie Howe will want his team to come up with a result of going into the international break, get them sort of out of that bottom half, really, and get up into challenging in these European spots if they can do. So yeah, I do fancy Newcastle. I think they'll have a bit too much for them. Isak, he's playing quite well. You know, he's just come into the club, but he seems to have settled really well at Newcastle. I fancy him to get a couple of goals in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Newcastle. I think they'll get a few. And yeah, I think Bournemouth will just get a consolation goal in the end, and I fancy a 3-1 win for Newcastle. Next up then, we've got Spurs taking on Leicester, a 5:30 kick-off on the Saturday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Leicester, as we know, they've been struggling so far, winless from 6, just a 1 draw in there. Spurs have been quite good, really. As you can see, still unbeaten, 4 wins, 2 draws. Really good start for Tottenham. They got humbled a bit during the week against Sporting Lisbon in Europe. Could that be on the minds going to this one? We'll have to wait and see for that. But I fancy them to get back on, back in a good reign of form in the league. I don't think that will affect them too much, the defeat against Sporting. They know they can go here, back home and get a result. I think even if they rest a couple of players, they'll get something out of this, because Leicester, they've not strengthened at all. And yeah, I fancy Spurs to get a convincing win. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win for Tottenham, if I'm honest. And I think this is going to be the game. I think Brendan Rodgers does leave the club. I just think going into an international break is probably the perfect time for them to get someone in. And yeah, I don't think it's any fault of his own, don't get me wrong. I do sympathise with him not getting the players in that he wants. Not really had a budget at all to spend going into the window. And yeah, I think this unfortunately is the game that Rodgers does get the sack. And yeah, I think it's going to be a humbling, to be honest, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And yeah, I think there'll be a comfortable win for Conte and Spurs. Next game, as we can see, Chelsea take on Liverpool, but that's of course one of the postponed games, as is Manchester United versus Leeds. So again, both of these games postponed, unfortunately. So next up then on the Sunday, we've got a 12 o'clock kick-off, bit of a weird time to kick off on a Sunday, but again, I think that's due to the policing issues and things like that. I think they're trying to get it on early so they can get police elsewhere. So we've got Brentford taking on Arsenal at Brentford Stadium. A bit of an interesting one. Arsenal usually go here and struggle, to be fair. I think it was last year, I don't know if they did the double over them, I can't really remember. I definitely remember them losing at Brentford last year, Arsenal. I think the long balls give them a bit of an issue, but they're a different team this year, Arsenal, for me. They look strong at the back, to be honest, apart from when they played United and they got ripped apart a bit. But yeah, they have looked quite good this year so far. Brentford, don't get me wrong, it's not an easy place to go to and get something. But I do quite fancy Arsenal to get something back in this game. They've had a lot of time to work on that defeat against United on the training pitch, obviously with postponed games, things like that. Arteta's a really good coach and a man manager, so he'll have been able to sort of see what happened, what went wrong in that Man United game, and he'll be able to sort of drill it into the players and get that right. I do fancy them. How many are we going to get? I'm going to go over 2-1 win. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Brentford will give it a good go, as they always do at home with the long balls and stuff like that. But yeah, fancy Arsenal, 2-1 win for me. I think it'll be a tight game though. Last game of the week then, we've got Everton taking on West Ham. It's a 2:15 kick-off, just working out the time there, on the Sunday. It's at Goodison. I think Lampard really needs something from this game, if I'm honest. Both teams, as you can see, they're struggling in the league. Everton winless, West Ham just a 1 win and the 4 defeats there. So both really struggling. What do I think's going to go down in this one? My head says West Ham are going to win. I don't fancy Everton to get anything from this game, but logic tells me that West Ham are in a bit of a rut at the moment. They're not doing great. Paqueta's come in recently. He's sort of added a bit there, but Everton, they're sort of going to be on a high after that. You know, I know it was like 2 weeks ago now, but the last game they played, they got a result obviously against Liverpool at Goodison Park, so they'll be on still a high from that. They'll be up at a sort of turn the season around after that result. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, I think. I just can't really separate them, you know. They're both in pretty poor form. I just can't separate them. I don't think it's going to be a great game, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this game. Gordon for Everton, someone like Skamaka maybe. No, I'll go Paqueta for West Ham. But yeah, I think it'll be a bit of a drab game, but I fancy a 1-1 draw in that one. Right then guys, let's see what that does to our Premier League table. So we've got the top 4 here. We've got Arsenal, City, Tottenham and Brighton. United in 5th position should I say. Fulham up to 6th after that win away at Forest. Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, Leeds, Southampton, Villa, Bournemouth, Palace, Wolves, Everton just above the bottom 3 in 17th, and then the bottom 3 we've got West Ham, Nottingham, and I think Leicester are still going to be winless after 7. So yeah, guys, that's how I think Game Week 8 is going to pan out in the Premier League this week. Right then, guys, we're going to have a look at the Fantasy Premier League team as well going into this week. I have got 2 free transfers there, but I'm not too sure what to do, to be fair. I'm just going to have a quick look at the team itself. So what have we got then? We've got... I've put in Ward because he's actually playing, whereas Sarr... That's a tough choice, to be fair, because Sarr's got City at home, but Leicester have got Spurs away. Oh God, I'm actually going to put Sarr in just because I think he's going to do a bit more than Ward. I'm just going to swap that round. Of course, I'm going to set Delo out because United are not playing. Henry, maybe. Harrison Reed. I'm going to put Harrison Reed in there just because I think I fancy Fulham to do okay at Forest, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to swap that out. Let's see what else I can do. Mitrovic is playing, Haaland will be playing, Martinelli's playing, Pereira will be playing, De Bruyne's playing, Salah. I don't think Liverpool have a game, do they? No, they don't. Right then, I'll probably take him out, Salah. That'll probably be my transfer. It makes sense because it's quite a bit of money there. I can do something well with. What can I do? Let's have a look. Any games there that stand out as should do well? I'm thinking Spurs, to be fair, at home to Leicester, or City away at Wolves. But I have got De Bruyne in there. What can we do? Let's have a look. Could make 2 changes, to be fair, but then I'd have to make sure I swap it back round. And then you only get the 1 change the week after. Oh, I'd get 2, wouldn't I? If I make the 1 change now, get the 2. Sorry guys, I'm just rambling a bit there, just thinking what to do. Who do I fancy? Tottenham or City? It'd have to be a midfielder as well, wouldn't it? See, if I made 2 changes and put Kane in, that's not a terrible shout, you know. Oh no, it'd have to be for Mitrovic, wouldn't it? Then I'd have to get him back. Right, let me think. If I might just put Son in, you know. I think he's going to have a good week eventually, and it might be this week. And obviously he's going to do more Salah because they're not playing. Right, let me see, where is he? Son. Yeah, he's not done well yet, but I think he's going to come good in this game. I fancy him, to be fair. Just check I've not got too many Spurs players, I've not. Right, yeah, we're going to swap Salah out for Son just for this game. I'm not going to play the 3 yet because we have got 1 more change there, and I'm going to save that. I might captain Son, I might not. Let me have a think. Haaland, is it worth captaining Haaland again? Change captain. Oh, I swapped Ward out. Why is it? I didn't save a team. I was good to go check that. Right, let me think. Son. Oh, Haaland. I swapped the low out as well. Is it? Harrison Reed it was. Right, there we go. The team's saved there. Emerson. I could do Perisic Stein rather than Sessegnon. Let me think. I'm going to leave Son as captain, I think. No, I'm not. I'm going to go Haaland. I've bottled it. Sorry, guys, I've bottled it. Yeah, I'm going to go captain Haaland away at Wolves. I'm going to put Son as vice just in case. But yeah, that's the team going into Game Week 8, guys. Everyone I've got is playing. I've had to make sure that, of course, the lows dropped to the bench. But yeah, Royal, Cancelo, Perisic, Sarr in goal, Reed, Son, De Bruyne, Andres, Pereira, Martinelli, Mitrovic and Haaland. Haaland's the captain. think I'm pretty pleased with that team, to be fair, and I think it'll do all right this week. You know, some people might forget to make changes and stuff with the cancellations, so hopefully that can be a bit of an advantage. Right then, guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know, guys, down in the comments what you think is going to pan out this weekend, as well as my fantasy football team, guys. Do you think I've made good changes there? Let me know any changes you're making going into this game week. As always, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later.